welcome to PNS. The biggest news at the moment, and seemingly for a while, is coronavirus, scientifically known as COVID-19, racistly known as Kung Flu, the Chinese virus, and Gookin cough. I don't know much about coronavirus, except for that it apparently makes you shit your pants, and makes you want to go down to the docks and book a cruise, where you'll shit your pants, this time due to food poisoning. Remember when you used to go on a cruise and the biggest fear was getting gastro? Now that's a best case scenario. Toilet paper is the latest hot commodity, but I've managed to avoid this shit show by installing a bidet. Here's a review I filmed earlier. Sorry, wrong footage. Here it is. The coronavirus is affecting everyone, including myself. First the F1 was cancelled, then the comedy festival was cancelled. The only thing the government has to cancel now is eating bats, and I have no hobbies left. Although I can't watch Formula 1, I have found a new sport I can watch, Marbula 1. And let me tell you, it's a lot more exciting than Formula 1.
And we're rolling. A slow start for Nemo as Smoggy takes the lead. Origin also getting swarmed from the fourth place position and falls back halfway down the field, and most of the field is stuck. We have a yellow flag and a major incident in Sector 1. Is this going to be a safety marble? Yes, it is. The safety marble is deployed.
Speaking of sport, many leagues are having to cut players' salaries. The NRL are cutting players' salaries, which means all lawyers are going to go bankrupt. The A-League is probably most affected, with many clubs immediately standing down their players. Good news is, none of the players have to move back in with their parents. They never moved out. And the AFL, they're cutting up to 50% of their players' salaries, which is sad, but personally, I don't understand why they get paid so much in the first place. Any Australian male is capable of kicking a football and bashing their missus. With all new rules and restrictions about COVID-19, like social distancing, a current affair took it upon themselves to show what 1.5 metres actually looks like.
We're at a safe distance here.
Yeah, that's fine.
Remaining 1.5 metres apart from anyone else, which is this distance right here. It's a lot further than you think. Isn't that right, Scotty?
It's close enough.
Let's have a look at what 1.5 metres looks like on the train here. So that is 1.5 metres there, so basically no one should be sitting in the seat in front of you, but the next one on is okay. And what about over here? You're okay over there, mate?
Oh,
You're at a safe distance.
I don't think they need a measuring tape to ensure people are social distancing. The best way for a current affair reporter to make sure people are staying away from them is to tell them you're on a current affair reporter. The Queen just gave a televised address to the UK, which is only the 4th time in history she has done so, which means it is only her 4th time speaking to a peasant. A mother in India has named her newborn twins Corona and COVID. Maybe we need this pandemic. Maybe it's not such a bad thing, you know? I suspect maybe naming kids after tragedies will become a new trend, so be prepared to meet a child in the future called Bushfire's Coronavirus Bryant. Yeah, and in case 2020 wasn't bad enough, Lindsay Lohan released a new single. Oh boy. Speaking of dead celebrities, John Lennon is rejoicing in his grave because his good mate, Gal Gadot the Wonder Bitch, found a cure. Only problem is, it's worse than the virus itself. The worst part about coronavirus, apart from celebrities badly singing Imagine, is that when all this is done and it's all in the past, there's going to be a musical about it like they did with AIDS. 525,600 minutes on Zoom. That's all anyone's doing in social isolation, okay? Just fucking Zoom meetings with idiots like this.
Profession is one of the only professions that say that we can never get involved with a former client ever, regardless of how long it's been, versus some other professions say a few years or whatever. I think it really depends on just the ethical standards of the profession, and in reality I've heard that social work kind of has very high standards and good standards in terms of things, and that oftentimes people of other professions don't have. Yeah.
Hold on.
What happened?
I saw nothing.
It's not all bad news though. with everyone watching Netflix's Tiger King. Who would have thought that the only thing uniting us during a global pandemic is a gay, drug-addicted, polyamorous, former musician, politician, zookeeper, and now criminal? Well, Joe Exotic's uniting us, but also everyone definitely agrees with the fact that that fucking bitch Carol Baskin killed her husband. Now look, speaking of tigers, a tiger at the Bronx Zoo tested positive for COVID-19. So look, even though Carol did kill her husband, Alicia's going to find a cure for this thing. Well, that's it from PNS. Tune in next time.